What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with the Imagine Life Development Center, here to do the September readings for my Sagittarians out there. If you're new to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you click the like, share, and subscribe button. All the other information you need to know is in the description box below. I'm also running a September special on private readings. You can do one question for 10, two for 20, three for 30. That information is in the description box as well. Also, don't forget to click the little notification icon, the little bell icon. You'll be notified when I go live, and you can come join me for a free live tarot reading. Okay, my Sagittarians, we're going to take a look at what's coming up for you in love and romance. And I'm going to start by pulling some overall energy just to kind of see where we're at, and then we'll jump into the main reading as well. Okay, so the first card out is we have the Garden and the Gate. This energy is all about basically having the willingness to embrace the unknown, basically. Having courage. It's like the Fool energy in tarot, but it's a little different. So in tarot, the Fool is all about taking a leap of faith. In fact, the Fool is called the Fool for that reason. It's like they don't think twice about it. Like the Fool is just going to go off, set off on an adventure. It's going to jump off the cliff. It's going to take the risk. It's not going to think twice about it. Well, the Garden and the Gate energy is someone who can see that there's all this potential out there. If she was to open that gate and walk through and set off on an adventure, there's a whole world out there. But right now she's playing it safe. She's safe in the garden. Okay? So this is telling me that right now you guys are probably playing it safe and when it comes to love and romance for whatever reason. But there are opportunities out there for you if you want them, essentially. So let's pull the second energy here, because all three of these cards are going to tie together. Okay, well, now we have our answer to why you're probably playing it safe. We have the Mending energy out. So you guys could be healing, mending from either a current relationship maybe you've been through or a past relationship. And that could be however long, but there's definitely something that you're healing from or you're trying to bounce back from. Now, for some of you, this could be tied to a past energy. I'm just picking this up. This could be tied to a past energy that shows up in your life at some point, and they want to mend things with you. But you may not be so sure when they show up with the playing it safe energy here. Okay? And so just keep that in mind. We'll see where this reading goes, and we'll have a clear understanding of whether or not, a past energy shows up predominantly, or if it's something new. We'll kind of we'll get our bearings on that as we go through the reading here. So let's get the third message for you here, the third energy here. See where this is heading. Okay, so we have the Water Carrier. And this is about what really matters to you. It's about reflecting, and it's about reprioritizing your life. And I feel like this is part of the mending energy here. Okay, so right now, my Sagittarians, you're definitely in this place of you're playing it safe right now. You're mending and healing and you're reflecting on what really matters to you, reflecting on love, relationships, maybe reflecting on the future here. So let's get 3 cards here and see what's coming up for you. And this is going to be, this reading is good for about a month. So this is like probably, because I'm obviously, this is mid-September, so this will go through to about mid-October, okay? Okay, so we have the wealthy man. So this could be past energy, present energy, or a future energy. Only you will know. This has a King of Pentacles vibe. So some of you guys could be dealing with an earth sign. You don't have to be. Could be any sign, but a lot of King of Pentacles energy coming off of that card there. And so again, this could be a past person, somebody you're dealing with now, or a future person. We'll see where this goes. Okay, so we have bad health here. So this could be you, or someone you're dealing with could be sick or dealing with health problems. I know personally for me, just this past week, and I know it's just been going around, a lot of people have been getting sick. So I just got over whatever was going around, you know, whatever the seasonal thing that comes every September and then shows up again every January, right? But so, you know, that energy could be a slew of things. Could be a cold, could be the flu, or it could be something major. Again, only you guys will know. I feel like this could be tied to you because we have that mending energy, but again, it doesn't have to be. And some of you, maybe a small percentage of you are, maybe you're not currently dating or you're not looking for relationships because your primary focus right now is you're having to caretake for somebody else. So if you're taking care of somebody, you may not be able to give a whole lot of your time and energy to love and romance right now, okay? I don't feel like that's for a lot of you, but it could be for a small percentage of you. Okay, courthouse. So this could be several different things. And at the bottom of the deck, we have main male. So this main male could be the same person as the wealthy male. I'm not sure. Could be somebody different. Or it could be somebody new. With this courthouse energy and these other energies, there's a few different things that are going on. I mean, some of you guys could be bouncing back or mending from a divorce. And maybe that's where that main male energy or this wealthy man energy is. Some of you guys who are married or have been married, either one, you could be getting a divorce or you could be separated and you're waiting, you know, and maybe one of the reasons why you're going through the bad health situation is because of all the stress that you're dealing with from going through a divorce. And trust me, I know how brutally difficult that stress can be because I've gone through one of those myself. I lost 30 pounds in 30 days. It was hell. So I wouldn't wish that level of stress on my worst enemy. But again, that's not going to be for all of you. For others of you, this could be alluding to a future situation, a future commitment to where as you guys heal and mend from this situation or whatever you've been going through, you may meet somebody. Now, some of you could meet this person, you know, while you're sick. You can meet them while they're sick. You can meet them if you're nurses. You can meet them literally at the hospital, or maybe they're visiting somebody that's sick. There's a lot of different potential things that there. You could meet them at the courthouse or, you know, doing a legal thing. This person, they could work in the health industry. They could be a doctor, the wealthy man, or the main male energy, or they could work, you know, in the government or as a judge or in the court system, any of that. All those are possibilities here, okay? So for those of you looking for new love, I believe that you know, again, either this main male energy we had at the bottom of the deck, or this wealthy man energy, which is kind of like a King of Pentacles energy. This is like somebody new that would be coming into your life, as you're mending or as you heal from this mending energy. Okay, and again, you know, some of you guys could just be healing from whatever you're going through, whether it's just a common cold, the flu, or whatever. You could be sick, and the bad health is just saying, hey, you're not feeling the best right now, and of course you're gonna heal from that, and life goes on, right? And then this courthouse energy here could be several different things. Again, so it could be about divorce, separation, could be something completely separate. It has nothing to do with love and romance. Could have to do with, you know, some other court situation that was pre-existing, that's been there, and has nothing to do with love and romance. And maybe you're just having to wait for that to clear itself up. And then for the rest of you, this could be that whenever you meet this new person, it's going to lead to marriage, because, you know, get it out of the courthouse and sign wedding papers. For some of you, could even literally mean like eloping, like going down to Las Vegas to the courthouse, you know, and doing the whole like, you know, eloping thing. So some of you might meet someone very quickly and decide, hey, we know that we know, and we're gonna go elope. Okay, so a few different possibilities there. So now we're going to jump into the main reading here. So we're going to look at your past, your present, and the future outcome. Then we're going to look at the major challenge or obstacle that you're facing, and then we're going to look at advice for you. And then I'll pull some cards at the very end, just some additional messages, some additional love messages here, okay? So this deck that I'm using here is my own deck that I just came out with. It's called the Human Innovation Oracle deck. I will be selling it in the future, but this is kind of a beta prototype. You know, I want to use it, get familiar with it first, and see how it does. And then may have to make some changes, modify it a bit before I actually sell it. So let's take a look at your past energy for Sagittarius, please. Okay, we had two that wanted to come out. I'm going to keep. So first of all, let's take a look here. So here are the two that came out. We have fulfillment and validation. The fulfillment energy is like the Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles in tarot. It's everything. It's complete fulfillment in life. It's a Nine of Cups energy too. Getting what you want, feeling a sense of fulfillment. So in the past, there was something or someone in your life that made you feel very fulfilled. You felt like you were being validated. Validation is somebody just that. It's like when you want to be validated. It's like a Six of Wands type of energy. It's somebody who treats you well, who validates you. You feel good around this person, right? I'm going to slip this back into the deck just to keep the fulfillment out. So in the past, you had something that was very fulfilling for you and you felt very validated. Or maybe the role was reversed and this was the type of energy that you brought to that person's life. So let's take a look at your current energy. Yeah, okay. So the current energy is superficial. Now, again, this could be you or somebody else around you. And the card is called superficial. It doesn't mean that you are literally superficial, okay? But superficial basically means it's more of a like it's not a deep energy. It's usually somebody who likes to keep things kind of surface level. They don't act very deep. They're not into a lot of deep things, or they're just in a phase in their life right now where they're focused on a lot of superficial things, surface level things, like, you know. And it doesn't mean that you're bad or that you're wrong, okay? Just to be crystal clear here, it's just the energy, okay? And it's usually so, like, you know, people who might obsess or think too much about their looks, for example, right? Like they spend a lot of time just, you know, worrying about how they look, you know, dressing right, Or maybe, you know, they're one of those people who spend like 5 hours getting ready when it really only needed like 45 minutes, you know, something like that. Or they're just really into like, you know, their clothes or style or fashion. Again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. But again, just whatever level this is, like spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, you know, maybe they're just obsessed with the gym and, you know, it's like, it's, you know, they spend a lot of time working out, but maybe they don't spend a lot of time feeding their mind. Maybe they don't read a whole lot, you know, or maybe they just watch like, they come home and they sit down and they just watch the news or something, you know, like, or they watch like trash TV, you know, like reality TV shows. And again, not that these things are necessarily wrong within and of themselves, but it's just a vibe where, you know, it has to do with things that just don't go very deep. It's very surface level. So this could also have been relationships that you had in the past, you know, or the types of people that you attract into your life. They're just very superficial. Like it's, you know, what you see is what you get, and it's not going to be this deep, passionate, like see into their soul, like connect on these, you know, deep spiritual levels. You're probably not going to have great, you know, deep, you know, mentally stimulating conversations. It's just going to be very surface level. Like, hey, what did you do today? What did you eat today? Maybe you send some memes back and forth. You know, do you want to watch Netflix and eat pizza later? You know, rinse and repeat, you know. There's just not a whole lot of depth here, okay? And superficial can also be people who try to hide behind a mask. Now, there is a card in this deck that's called Mask, but superficial is like also trying to like cover things up, you know, whether it's humor or whether they dodge certain questions or they put on a persona or they have certain behavioral patterns that, you know, where people try to just protect themselves from having to be vulnerable until they're ready, right? So that's the present energy. Again, this could be you, this could be somebody else. All right. So let's see the future energy. I personally feel like it has mostly to do with just superficial relationships, right? Just relationships that maybe you've experienced or are experiencing or have experienced in the past, or people you've attracted in your life that they just weren't very deep, you know. So let's take a look at the future energy for you. Okay, yeah. The future energy is showing Fortress. So this is being very guarded, which makes sense because of the superficial energy being here and the garden and the gate energy playing it safe. So the Fortress energy is just saying that based on where you are right now, if you keep going down the path that you're going, there's this Fortress energy here, which is someone who's very guarded, okay? They're very guarded. They don't let people in easy. They have their walls up and you're not getting in. All right. So it's almost like a 4 of Pentacles / 9 of Wands / 7 of Wands energy kind of all mixed together, you know, if we're going to relate it to tarot here. All right. So, and then this could be somebody else too. If this isn't your energy, then this is, again, maybe you attract somebody in the future who has that energy. So you're looking for somebody that maybe isn't superficial or somebody that's emotionally available or emotionally vulnerable, but the energy that's showing up in the future is somebody who's very guarded for whatever reason, right? And this, again, this could be you because you're still in this mending energy, and maybe depending on where you land in the future, maybe you still have some health battles or something. Or if you've gone through a divorce or you're going through something very difficult right now, then yeah, of course, in the future, you're going to have your walls up. It's like, I just went through hell, right? So, you know, I'm a little guarded right now. I'm very tender because I just, you know, went through all this difficult stuff. So let's take a look at the main hurdle, obstacle, and challenge that you guys are dealing with. Success. Okay. So right now you guys are struggling with a sense of success, whether that's love, romance, relationships, health, wealth, money, career. You guys you're not feeling very successful in your life right now, or whatever this means to you. Again, this is a love reading. So for a lot of you, you just feel like relationships haven't been very successful for you. And I feel that that's why, again, why you're mending, in this mending energy, why you're guarded, why you have the fortress energy, and maybe even this superficial energy, right? And again, that superficial energy could basically mean like, well, you know, why try? Why get my hopes up, and why try when nobody else is trying either, right? We become jaded. We lower the standard of who we are based on experiences we have with other people, and that's the greatest sin and crime we commit against ourselves, because we have this idea, what's like, well, I try, you know, I show up in my relationships and I do this, and this, and then the other person gives me a fraction in return. So why try? Why put all this effort into a relationship when nobody gives any back? So I'm not going to give at that level anymore. I'm not going to show up at that level anymore, right? So a lot of people become jaded and they stop putting in real effort because they were with people who weren't giving at their level, right? And that makes sense on one level, but again, if we're going to look at this from a metaphysical, energetic level, it's a terrible idea, because the minute that we choose that path, then we're just going to attract more of that to us. We have to stay consistent, even in times where what the level that we're living at, the physical reality isn't matching that. Right? We have to stay consistent, because eventually, by staying faithful and staying consistent to the standard we set for ourselves, we will attract somebody into our lives. Okay. So right now, you guys haven't been feeling very successful in relationships. So what is the advice here? What's the advice energy? And it could be success related to other things. It doesn't have to just be relationships, but this is a love reading. Yeah. So the advice is, you have decisions to make. Okay. You're in the driver's seat. You have choices, decisions, and options. Now, this could be whether you want to stay single, whether you want to get in a relationship. This could be decisions, options, choices in regards to, you know, dating opportunities that come into your life, right? So maybe you will have multiple opportunities in the future. Maybe you've had a lot of opportunities here. But I feel like this decisions energy is also, there's a sense of confusion tied to it. It's almost kind of like, I don't know what I want anymore, because after so many bad relationships, or so many of the same repeated types of relationships, we often lose sight of it. You know, it's like we get so caught up in the pain and the trauma, the betrayals, or the letdowns, the disappointments, that we start losing focus of what we really want, and we never stop to realign to it. So there's like almost like a fog. It's almost like the moon energy, where things are very foggy and cloudy and uncertain here. Okay. So there's definitely some decisions and choices that are going to be available to you, because this is the advice about getting unstuck. In other words, I think when we get so disappointed, we fall into that mentality, and that trap is, you know, all good men or all good women are taken, or I'll never find love, right? And Spirit's saying, no, you know, there's tons more choices and options out there than you think. You have more choices and options available to you than you think here. There's ways to fix this. There's ways to do better. There's ways to change things. There's always a multitude of paths available in terms of finding a solution here. And you're being encouraged with that. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have mentorship. So this is, maybe find a mentor to help you, whether it's a spiritual mentor, a life coach, a relationship coach, whoever. Finding somebody, finding a resource, taking a course. A mentorship can be anything that benefits you. It doesn't have to be a real person. It could be a course, could be free stuff on YouTube, could be a book. I personally am a relationship expert. My books are behind me there. You can purchase a copy on Amazon. Better Than Before, Relationship Revolution. And I also am a full-time certified relationship coach. So, you know, find somebody who can help you and turn decades into days. Like you can speed up your progress, and someone who can help, look into your life and see blind spots, and somebody who can also help you get the results that you're wanting here. Okay. So that's, I believe that's the advice here, saying, hey, there's a way to speed this up. You don't have to just do it by yourself. If you want love, you can find a mentor, somebody who can guide you through that process. Okay. All right. So let's take a look now. Let's get some final messages here for your reading here. So let's take a look at the tarot. Okay, yeah, so we have the Four of Pentacles that just came out, so that's tied to that Fortress energy. We have the Page of Pentacles, which is about, you could have an apology coming in, or you could be making investments, or you could be focusing on your work and your money right now, or this could be an offer. We'll have to see here. Okay, so the first energy out is Four of Pentacles. So this is you playing it safe. This is you being guarded. This is you holding back, protecting yourself, which is the garden and the gate energy here, and of course this fortress energy. So it's just basically a repeat message, just again reconfirming that maybe there's a little too much overemphasis on this protecting ourselves here. Now, depending on where you're going through, if let's say you're going through a breakup or a divorce or a separation and money is involved with this courthouse energy, this could be another thing. Maybe you're just conserving. You're like, hey, I can't think about relationships right now because I'm going through a really difficult time. And maybe your focus right now is just on stability and resources. So it's like, I can't think about relationships because I'm either going through a divorce, or even if I'm not going through a divorce, maybe you lost your job. If it's not that, maybe it's just the inflated economy, and you're just really having to buckle down and focus on work and money right now, which is totally fine, obviously. So, but if it has to do with your heart and your energy, it's just saying, hey, you're very guarded right now. So it's going to be really hard for love to get in, and it's going to be really hard for you to attract someone that's right for you with this fortress energy up. Okay. And then the next card is we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Now this is you either receiving an offer. So somebody is either going to make an offer to you. Somebody could be apologizing to you. Or this could be you investing in somebody new, or somebody new investing in you. Or this could just have to do with, again, you being focused on other things like your money right now, focusing on getting a new job, focusing on your investments, focusing on where your money's going, or maybe you have to pay somebody if you're going through a divorce or a breakup, whatever that is, right? And then the last card we have is the Nine of Pentacles. So again, focused on money, finances, wealth, and security. And this is also a strong energy of being single, okay? So again, this could be just you being happy single. This could be you just focusing on your money, your resources right now because of whatever you're going through. And with this wealthy man here, this could be somebody, again, who shows up in your life who has a lot of money. This person, or they just have a really good job. They have their ish together. And excuse me, somebody who has all their, they have their ish together and all this stuff. And when this person comes in, they are going to bring this financial stability and security into your life. Okay. So that's a possibility here. Now at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. So yeah. So there's a love offer coming in with the Knight of Cups. Okay. This is like, some serious, this is like a serious, when you meet this person, or if you're not already with this person, whatever the case may be, it's very serious. Like the Knight of Cups is like somebody that you're going to be in a relationship with at the very least. And on the other end of the extreme is like somebody you could even get engaged to, right? So it's like not quite maybe marriage, but it's somebody at the very least you could have a very serious relationship with. You could put some miles on the car, so to speak, and it could, it could lead to proposals and even maybe marriage. So you definitely have somebody coming in or an opportunity that will be there at some point. Now, whether you want it or whether you're open for it, that's another question. But there is, there is an opportunity for it at the very least, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at some final closing messages for you guys. I get a few messages here for you. And again, this is going to go for about a month, so this will probably go out to about mid October. So the first card that fell out is guilt. So a lot of you guys could be just either you or somebody else feels really guilty right now. It says don't let guilt get in the way of happiness here. And I don't know if this is you or somebody else's energy, but it's interesting because this is like we have this gavel, right, showing this courthouse energy with this here. This could be tied to maybe a past decision that you felt you had to make. So like, let's say if you had to get a divorce, or you just went through some really difficult things and you feel bad about maybe some decisions you felt like you had to make, or maybe somebody else from the past feels bad about it. Who knows? It's simply saying like, whatever happened here, you have to let the past be the past and to let go of guilt, shame, regret, loss, all these things. It's like 5 of Cups energy here. Basically, it's like, let go of, free yourself of that, whatever it is, whether you did something, something wrong, or whether somebody else did something wrong. Like it's okay. Like sometimes we have to forgive others and forgive ourselves, release that energy and let it go so that we can move forward, and receive our blessings. And I know that can be easier said than done when you're in it, but again, these are messages from Spirit telling you what to do so that you can have that fulfillment that you once had. All right, the next card we have out is deeply. Look deeply within to discover your soul purpose in your relationships. Yeah, so this is beating out that superficial card energy that we pulled. It's saying, if you want to have more meaningful relationships, you got to go deeper than the surface level stuff. You have to you have to be willing to put your walls down, put this fortress energy aside, that 4 of Pentacles energy, and be willing to go in your heart. You have to risk that emotional vulnerability. And, ideally cultivate a spiritual connection with your partner. Let's get the next card. Okay, rekindle. Every relationship has magical moments that can be rekindled. So yeah. So this is basically saying that if you're in a relationship that's been kind of rocky, or somebody from the past comes back, like you can bring that passion back. You can bring the playfulness back. You can bring the sense of excitement back here. And if it's a new relationship, it's basically saying that this new person, when they come into your life, they are going to rekindle that, which is going to help the walls calm down. It's going to help you get out of that play it safe energy. Because again, at the very beginning of the reading, remember when I said there's a whole world out here for this girl to go experience, but she's staying behind the gate where it's safe, where it's known, right, where it's certain. And so this person, when they come in, they're going to help you stretch yourself and get out of your comfort zone and go relive life again the way that you've really always desired, but maybe you've just forgotten because it's been so long. Okay, so this is a very positive energy thing. You're going to rekindle. It's got like a Ace of Wands energy attached to it, rekindling that excitement and that passion in your relationship, whether a current relationship you're in or a past relationship that comes back and they want to rekindle that spark with you, or whether it's new love, a new person who just, when they come into your life, they're like a breath of fresh air for you. Okay, final messages for my Sagittarians. One more. Okay. So the first card that came out is True Love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So either, again, somebody with this rekindle energy, somebody maybe could coming back into your life and you'll have a chance to rekindle something that will become true love, or you have a person that's going to come into your life in the future that you will feel is a true love relationship here. It's like, I feel like you guys are just gonna know. Okay. The second one is let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Now this could be tied to that mentorship energy at the bottom of the deck that we saw a second ago. And this could be about anything. Letting people help you if you're sick. Letting people help you if it's financial stuff. Letting people help you with just advice because maybe you keep attracting the same type of people, or maybe because your walls are so high, maybe you overthink things. You know, so before, if you meet a good person and you have a little bit of eventually everyone's going to have a fight or a disagreement. So, but because you're so scared, you might be like, well, I can't handle this. You want to go hit the eject button and blow the whole relationship up. And maybe it's not a big deal. Maybe you're just having a misunderstanding over text message. I can't tell you how many people do that, right? They start texting and then there's a misunderstanding and somebody didn't read that text message the way the person sent it. And then it turns into a big fight. I've done that, right? I think we've all done that. And so instead of being, oh, I knew this person, I knew it wasn't going to work out, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no. Hit the pause button, pump the brakes, go talk to your friends. Like, hey, maybe they weren't meaning it the way that you read it. Maybe they sent that text message a different way, right? So again, it's just having people in your corner that have your back that can help you work through things, help you work through that self-preservation thinking, the mind that wants to keep you safe at all costs and doesn't care if you're happy, right? That self-sabotage voice. And so you've got people there to help you. Maybe it's a real mentor. Maybe it's a therapist, a life coach, a relationship coach, a pastor or somebody, a family member that you trust, that you can speak to, who's very wise, that you look up to, whoever, right? Whatever this is, it's saying, let people help you when you need help. Okay. You don't have to just do it all by yourself and risk not having somebody there to assist you. Okay. Now the last card we had, this card kind of, when it landed, it came upside, it kind of landed in reverse, but it is the card of deception. Okay. And so this is someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship, which we do have that superficial energy there. So I'm getting a few different energies off this. This could be either one, be careful of your own self-deception. Two, beware of that superficial crap. If you're going to be being superficial and keeping everything on the surface and not going deep to really see red flags, or going deep to really learn about somebody to find out if that's the real person that you want to be with or not, right? Or letting other people get by being superficial, letting other people just show up and tell you whatever they want to tell you, say whatever they want to say, and you're not really like curious, you're not really digging deeper past it. It's just like if they came and they tell you, oh yeah, I'm the corporate manager of a Fortune 500 company, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. And you never really check into it. You just believe everything they say. Well, it turns out they don't. They work at McDonald's. They live in their mom's basement. Maybe they don't even have a job, right? That's the kind of thing. It's like not just believing what people say because you are a good person and you're a trustworthy person. Doesn't mean be paranoid and super skeptical with this fortress energy. Like everyone's out to get me. I have to go, do a background check on everybody. It's not that type of energy. But it's again, trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, and if something seems off, it might be off. If you get a little bit of a yellow flag feeling, you need to investigate it. Especially if you get a red flag feeling, you need to investigate. Okay, and I feel like you've been through enough of these types of relationships, and one can be enough for a lot of people, where you've learned. But you have to rely upon those lessons that you've learned from this past relationships so that you can identify it in a new relationship. And so, again, this energy could be tied to a lot of things. Self-deception, deception of others, or beware of future relationships that could be deceptive. Or maybe you not being deceptive. Maybe that's part of why you're not finding love, is because you're the one who's led other people to believe that you're one thing when you're really not. Or maybe you've played with other people's emotions, right? And I'm just saying, I'm not saying this to be negative towards you, my viewers, but let's just face it. Not everybody that comes to a tarot reading can be an angel, okay? We've all done things. I've done things I'm not necessarily proud of. I've been the person who's been hurt, and I've been the person who's broken somebody else's heart before. I've played both sides before, right? So again, this could go in any direction, all right? Could go in any direction. Now, if we honored it in the reverse energy, this could basically be that you're going to realize moving forward when someone's being deceptive, okay? Or just, again, pay attention to the red flags, all right? So with that being said, my Sagittarians, I hope this reading was helpful for you guys. I appreciate you all. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell notification icon as well. Come join me for a free live tarot reading. And yeah, I hope that this is helpful for you all. And I will see you guys very soon on the next reading. And as always, my friends, love and light.